Hello, my friends. How are we doing? Dr. Charlie Ware here, come to discuss antibiotics. And again, before I even start, I'm going to tell you guys straight out, I'm not completely against antibiotics. Antibiotics have been shown to, help a wide variety of conditions, especially if you have, chronic infections and things of that sort, or an acute infection that is life-threatening. I'm not saying that. What I'm, basically getting at is individuals who are overusing antibiotics or been overprescribed antibiotics. And this is some of the dangers that we've seen. Actually, I'm quoting a lot of information that just came out, I think today actually, in Nature magazine. What actually happened is an article in there called "Unraveling the Collateral Damage of Antibiotics on Gut Microbiome." Now, the gut microbiome, even just like a month ago, I think I did a video of the gut microbiome, and at that time we here only sort of genome or mapped out about 600 to 700 different gut bacteria. Now it's closer to 1,000 that we've actually been able to sort of identify as well. So the more research that we're doing, the more research that we're sort of seeing that there's more and more gut bacteria that's doing so many different things. The gut bacteria is so responsible for releasing small chain fatty acids that actually help the brain. That's been shown to help with dementia, also stroke recovery. The microbiome has been shown to actually different aspects of it, different enzymes that are being released from the gut microbiome that can actually prevent stroke or cholesterol issues, hormonal disruptions. I mean, it's just a whole host of things that the gut microbiome is so important to have a very strong one. And I said before, a little bit of hypoxia, that's meaning deficiency of oxygen throughout the entire body, can ruin that. Now, the other aspects of it, the title of it, again, it is Unraveling the Collateral Damage of Antibiotics on the Gut Bacteria, which means the entire microbiome. So asked me about, the title of it is in Nature magazine. So let's get down to it. So the study basically did was they studied over 1,000 different antibiotics, and yes, there are over 1,000 different types of different antibiotics. They only at this time only had 83 different gut microbiome, gut bacteria to even look at. And what they found was, by and large, that most of the antibiotics, yes, they did the pathogenic factors. They killed the actual, a pathogenic bacteria that was going to cause some sort of infection in the body. But what did it also do? It did two things that were very important. One, it inhibited the growth of the gut bacteria. Some of them just inhibited it completely, and it took a long time for it to actually grow back, or it just killed off the gut bacteria. And also, and these were at high rates. I'm not saying that 1 to 2%. What I'm saying, at high rates of just killing everything inside the body. And again, I'm not saying that there are not times that you will need an antibiotic. There are times you will need an antibiotic. But again, be very, very careful with that. So in the end, what they were saying was it has to be some sort of concoction, or as they say, a inoculant that will actually help the bacteria grow again. And of course, we quickly look at probiotics. Probiotics are great. I'm not saying I don't like probiotics. What I'm saying is usually probiotics are 1 to 2 strands, meaning like 1 or 2 different types mixed together, not a whole host of them. So again, if you even are having a lot, some of the probiotics, they may be overgrowing the wrong strand. So you have to really get with a strand that has a lot of different ones in there. Again, the one I like, the company I like, it's called Nature, Nater, naturein.com. The reason why I like them, because they do have a lot of different strands. They have soil-based organisms, things of that sort. Again, I'm not here to push a company. What I'm saying is you have to make sure that you're getting the right probiotics. But another research project came out recently as well, showing about fermented foods, and why so many cultures that eat a lot of fermented foods tend not to have any sort of microbiome issues. It's because of the fact that these fermented foods, whether it be a cucumber, whether it be sauerkraut, whether it be a good yogurt. And when I say a good yogurt, make sure you are eating a good yogurt and not cow's yogurt. And the reason why a lot of African Americans do have a allergy to dairy, so be careful with that. Goat, alternative milks, and things of that sort. They even have kefir, water kefir, alternative milk kefirs. Why am I saying that? It's been shown that the fermented food is actually help growing the microbiomes back to its normal levels as well, the microbes that the fermented foods are allowing the prebiotics to actually pick up, and as well as start to jumpstart the ones that were dead, were by and large, the actual best thing above a probiotic. So fermented foods, even fermented herbs, are very, very good for that. And why are we saying use all these things? By and large, most individuals have been on some sort of antibiotic at least once or twice in their life. There are some individuals, like, in the sickle community, that take them every day from a small age. This can cause long-term damage. We already mentioned some of the issues that can actually go on. We know some individuals that are taking, long-term antibiotics for different conditions. And again, we always encourage patients to take some sort of fermented food along with it, whether you add sauerkraut, whether you add kimchi, whether you do a kefir, something that can actually help. We do have fermented herbs like fermented turmeric, fermented, something called fermented fermentalia, excuse me, I can't even talk about it. And also we have fermented herbs inside of our super juice blends. Inside of our Happy Belly, we have the fermented fermentalia. What is that? It is actually sprouted barley, sprouted rice, and also sprouted corn and wheat. And we actually let that ferment down to actually be more of a probiotic as well. Why are we putting it inside of a herbal blend? It's because of the fact that we've been shown it helps to regrow the bacteria, the good bacteria inside of the gut. So that's why we do what we do. And again, like I said, they have fermented turmeric, fermented ginger. They have different ferments out there in the herbal compounds too, to make sure that the body is actually getting rid of it. But also they actually do have things that can be great for the gut as well. So again, focus on fermented foods, guys. Like I said, yogurts are really, really good, but make sure that you don't have a dairy or lactose intolerance. So you can go with alternative milk ones. I like Foragers. Foragers has a kefir, and also they actually have yogurts too. You can also go with a goat yogurt and goat cheese and things of that sort. Kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, relish. All those things are very, very good as well. Is kefir, water kefir, really kefir? Yes, it is. You can ferment almost anything, almost any liquid. So again, if you look at grapes was once what? It was once, if you look at wine, it was once grape. And essentially, the way you make kefir is essentially you're adding to sort of probiotics inside of it. So water kefir is actual real kefir. If you look at the microbiome inside of it, the microbials inside of it as well. So yes, it's very, very important you guys to understand that. Again, 3 of the top antibiotics out there, the erythromycin, erythromycin as well, were some of the ones that we largely were studying. And again, I wasn't a part of the study. I say we because I'm a scientist as well. What was happening was we were showing that it did several things. It inhibited the growth of the good bacteria, which means it just stopped the growth of it, and also it did also kill it. So when you inhibit something, it does not per se mean it is dead. It's just the fact that it's laying dormant, and then when you kill something, you actually do kill it, and it won't grow back. So those are some of the reasons why I say it's important for you guys to make sure that if you're going to take a antibiotic, either take a probiotic or make sure you're having plenty of fermented foods. Like I said, the other research showed that the fermented foods were able to actually grow back the microbials inside of your gut, which is so important. And again, the reason why we sort of focus on probiotics is easier to get a probiotic than a prebiotic. What are prebiotics? I'll take you there again. Prebiotics really are our fruits and veggies. Our fruits and veggies, because of the fact that these, when you eat something, it crunches it down and it gets everything churned up, ready for your gut to actually eat on, the fiber and those sugars inside of the plants and the fruits and things of that sort. And when that happens, it turns and churns the things up to naturally produce different microbials inside your stomach to break down different nutrients, break down different fats and proteins and micronutrients and things of that sort. So yes, eat your leafy greens, eat your fruits and things of that sort, and make sure that you're taking plenty of fermented foods as well, guys. So guys, if you want to check us out, please check us out online at healingbliss.com. Also check out our newsletter, as well as check out our Facebook page, Instagram page, TikTok page, Pinterest page, all those pages, because of the fact that we have tons of information, tons of articles, and we will be actually adding this video up to our YouTube page, where we have about 300 plus videos, whether it be from sickle cell disease, diabetes, heart health, whatever it may be. I've done plenty of videos, guys, so check it out. And again, leave me feedback. Tell me what you guys want to hear from me as well. One more question. I was not able to access the article, by the way, so sometimes it's hard for you to access articles if you don't have certain passwords. I cannot give you my password, but just keep searching it out in different ways. In different science magazines, they might pop up here and there. Like I said, I do a lot of genetic work. I have a lot of genetic journals I look at, and it's in one of my genetic journals. Like I said, I'm looking at it right now. By the way, it just came out today. So it's very important for you to look at the article. I saw a lot of the stats and things there, so it was kind of alarming. Also saw another one on microbiome yesterday about stroke prevention and things of that sort. So I'm doing a lot of research trying to figure out how the gut is very, very important. And it's the reason why I tell you guys that I'm not just pushing herbs on you. I'm trying to push things that I know is going to help the body heal itself first and foremost. And yes, I will mention some of our herbal products like the Happy Belly and Super Juice Blends, because when I formulate these things, I'm formulating them to make sure that your body is going to accept them versus trying to work against it as well. Because everything I do, I try to do in a clinical level. This is not just, as I say, fairy dust, or it's not just another vitamin C or whatever. It is something that, especially my herbal blends, I make sure that these are really treating the condition that I want. Especially in our sickle cell community, we know that there's any issues inside the gut, things are going to just go crazy. I had a patient yesterday, hadn't seen her in about 2 years. She started having issues with blood clots and things of that sort. It was all due to her diet. Why did I say that? Because once she changed her diet, her health just completely declined. So I'm real big in the gut. I'm real big to make sure that the gut is proper. And again, it's not about what you're taking. And I see some people overtaking herbs and things of that sort. It's about what you're absorbing. I don't care if you're taking 1,000 herbs. If you're not eating properly, if you're not allowing your gut to do its job, none of that stuff matters. You maintain your health, but you're not having optimal health as well. So that's one reason why we created Happy Belly and also Super Juice Blends to help your gut be as optimal as possible as well. So are you familiar with the article that SS patients eliminating the microbiome in order to help? Actually, I didn't see that article. Someone was asking about it was about eliminating someone's microbiome in order to help heal the patients. I've actually saw that. I saw an article very similar to that. It was with stroke patients, about how they were trying to strip down the microbiome to make sure that it wasn't releasing certain chemicals that they saw that it was triggering like inflammation inside the brain. So it was triggering either dementia, or it was triggering strokes. I saw that, but again, that's not feasible. What would strip someone's microbiome, and then they may not have a stroke, but they have no nutrients, so that their body starts to slowly decline anyway, and they have some sort of other cardiac issue. So I've seen that, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, some of the things that they're trying, versus, again, focus on food. And that's why I'm telling you guys, focus on food, focus on having herbs in your system, and just start there. Hydrate, eat properly, get some rest, and you'll see how your health is going to shoot to the moon, guys. So thank you so much once again, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm trying to answer one last question. One last question. Organ removal, like spleen, gallbladder, enzymatic processes, they will be a little bit reduced. I had a patient on Monday that was going through that. I used to take digestive enzymes, pancreatic enzymes, or like papaya, pineapple enzymes. The reason why it helps to break the food down a little bit more, so you get more nutrients out of it. The spleen is more so in charge of the some more inflammatory or some more immune things. So again, you want to make sure you have the zinc in your system, and just make sure you have a higher immune response as well. So those are some of the ways we can actually look at it as well. So it's going to affect the microbiome, of course, but there are ways to actually help that out. Like I said, digestive enzymes and things of that sort. All right. Take care, guys. If you have any questions, keep asking. I'll be on. I'm just getting off right now because I have another meeting I have to run to really quick. But if you have any more questions, I'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. Or hit us at support@healingblendsglobal.com. Sign up for our newsletter online, so you'll be aware of everything that we are doing too. So thank you so much. And great questions, guys. I love these questions. It's phenomenal.